What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team of Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. So, Wednesday we talked about the Baltimore Regionals. Thursday we talked about the Bilbao and Porto Alegre Regionals. But Friday, today, we're going to move forward. We're going to do our first coverage of Lost Origins. Now, this is stuff I have not played. I cannot give that much insight on it. But what we can look at is two different tournaments happened over the weekend. One was in Singapore. Go over here to this website. Go to PTCG stats real quick. If you're wondering how the tournament format, it was a little bit different than ours. So put that into whatever you want to say. It's eight rounds of 25 best of one Swiss rounds, followed by best of three top cut. Junior, seniors, and masters all played in a shared field. 2 top cut featuring 1 junior and 1 senior player. So, let's look at what decks did that with that in mind. We had 130 players in Singapore playing, and we had 8 decks, and we had some interesting stuff happening. If you start looking at it, first place list was a Lost Zone box deck. Now, this was the only one in top 8. Outside of that, we had 3 Mew Genesis deck. We had a Kieran Palkia, we had a Giratina, Arceus Giratina, and Arceus Giratina. Now, obviously, all those have not been posted just yet. They might be posted. Follow the website, check to see what you have. But what we can look at right now are the top 4 list. So let's start off with the Lost Zone box. So the whole deck revolves around this Pokemon right here, Comfy. Flower selecting. What's your turn? If Pokemon is your active spot, you look at the top 2 cards of your deck and put one in your hand and the other in the Lost Zone. So you're going to start drawing through your deck, put cards in your hand, and Lost Zone and the other stuff. Now, you can do this as many times as you want to with different Comfies. So, what you can do is you can scoop them at the Comfy, you can escape rope the Comfy, you can switch the Comfy into different Comfies, and you can repeat this process over and over again. The reason why this is such a big deal is because we have Color's Experiment. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, put 3 in your hand, and put the other cards in your Lost Zone. That's not the reason why. The reason why is because of Mirage Gate. There we go. I had to find it. I clicked the wrong card. Mirage Gate. You only use this card. You have 7 more cards in the Lost Zone. So once you have 7 cards in the Lost Zone, thanks to Comfy and Colress, you can search up for 2 basic energies of different types and attach 2 Pokemon any way you like in the shuffle deck. So search it for up to 2 basic energies of different types and attach to your Pokemon. So what we're going to do is we're going to look through our deck. We're going to grab a Water, Psychic, Lightning, whatever we need, and start powering up different attackers. So like I said, this is the first place list, and it played a bunch of different types of attackers depending on the situation. The main one is going to be Cramorant. Cramorant has Spit endlessly. Oh, I can't say that word correctly right now. 110. The attack's not affected it's not affected by weakness. But if you have 4 more cards in the Lost Zone, ignore all energy in this Pokemon's attack hall. So essentially, once you have enough cards in this pile, you can start using Cram and doing 110 to your opponent's active Pokemon. Which does take knockouts, we know that, right? But you're 2-shotting, you're 3-shotting, whatever you want to do, you're good to go. What we also have is cards like Sableye. Sableye has Lost Mine. You only use attack if you have 10 more cards in the Lost Zone. Put 12 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon any way you like. So you start swinging with Cramorant, start putting some damage on the field. Then, Sableye can help clean up Pokemon. You have cards like Snorlax with Thumping Snore, 180. This Pokemon is now asleep. You do a trick up, you have to flip 2 coins instead of 1. The big deal about this, 180 plus 110 is 290. You're taking knockouts, right? You need 3 energies, which is not that hard once you have the Mirage Gate online, because you 2 energies, and attach 1, and you're good to go, right? So that's pretty neat. You have Zero Or. If you're part of that Pokemon's Pokemon V or GX, this attack does 80 more damage. Once again, you'll need Lightning Colors, Mirage Gate, you can power that up out of nowhere, right? This is good against Palkia. Palkia's a good deck. Blah, blah, all that kind of good stuff. 8 plus 3 is 8, 9, 10, 11. So you only do 220, but once again, Cram is softening things up with 110. Not only that, you have Radiant Greninja. Now, usually you're like, okay, Radiant Greninja, this is for concealed cards. Discard a water, draw 2 cards. This is very true. But with Moonlight Shuriken, you can put 90 damage to your opponent's Pokemon. This, once again, is going to soften up Pokemon, right? Because with Moonlight Shuriken, you can power it up with Mirage Gate. And if they don't take care of that Greninja, you can Mirage Gate back to Greninja and start using attacks even more. Pretty good. Manaphy's in there, of course, to protect your bench. I think there's a lot of bench attackings going on. You're going to need Manaphy in about every single deck going forward. Be real honest with y'all. Drapion is in here. It's got that good old wild style. There's a free single strike, rapid strike, free strike, Pokemon play. You take one less energy off, right? One less colors energy off. You do 190. Once again, you start doing the math. 190 plus 110 plus all these other snipings. You're taking knockouts. Pretty cool. Crabominable has that Destroyer Punch 90 and 6 more damage for each damage counter your opponent's active Pokemon. You can start cleaning up some damage. And you can see how kind of the pieces start putting together, right? You have this Cram that's going to like start softening a Pokemon. And then you come in with the Drapion, a Crabominable. Start taking knockouts. And you have all these single type Pokemon. Makes the deck really strong and really scary. Because now these single price decks have the capability of taking knock of one of the games. We already saw in Baltimore that Radiant Charizard and Teleon was enough, right? That was playing at stage 2. Now you have a basic, like a pure basic deck that can destroy the competition. Now, of course, you might be saying, no, I can play Empoleon and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's great. I promise you, it's not going to win you games. I'm just going to tell you, it might win you some games, but it's not going to win you a tournament because you play an Empoleon in your deck. Because it's still a bad attack. It's still bad. It's a bad card. I like Empoleon. Trust me, I love Empoleon. I played it in Nats, but I don't think it's going to work. In second place, we had Mew Genesect. Very itching. This is the no Fusion Strike version with one Lost City. So only one in the deck. Playing as Cheryl. Oh my gosh. Stop. That's pretty sick though, because the good thing about Cheryl in this deck is like they're gonna try to soften you up because you are a very like heavy Pokemon for them to knock out. So this is actually a pretty cool inclusion. I love the Cheryl on him. I'm about to test that out. Could be really good. Outside of that, everything's pretty vanilla, similar. I do like that they're playing the 4 Rotom Phone. That's sick. Marnie's good. I think Marnie is definitely needed for this deck. So, like, this is the deck. Like, I would be testing this right now. This is, like, I would be testing this. I'd be testing this right now. The one Lost City kind of makes me put 2, like maybe a 2-2 split, but I understand the Pokestop to draw cards. I get it. Trust me, I get it. It depends on how big Radiant Charizard gets. So, yeah. I think Mew's still in a great spot. I think Mew's still a great spot for next weekend. Third place, we have the Kyurem VMAX Origin Form Palkia V-Star. At first, I was really confused with Kyurem V-Star, VMAX, because you just do 120, discard 3. You're doing 270, who cares? But I was quickly reminded that you can do as many as you want. So you can do 4 to do 320. Busted. You have Glaciated World. Once your turn, you may discard top of your deck. If it's a water attached to one of your Pokemon, so you can order glue, put it into the top of the deck, use that. Kyurem VMAX, you can use it twice with double Kyurem VMAX. You can use Melanie, so you have like attached Melanie, double Palkia, 4 energies, good to go. Palkia V-Star to get 3 energies attached to one of your Kyurems. Deck's good. Now, you do see there's a Empoleon in here, but I don't think one Empoleon is enough. I'm just going to be real honest with you guys. Because, as you saw, those decks are going to play 4 Escape Ropes. So, I don't know if it's enough, because, like I said, this one play 3 Escape Ropes. They do have to find them still. I get that. I got blah, 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 blah. I get it. They got to find the Escape Ropes and stuff like that, but still. We'll see. And then in 4th place, we had a Giratina deck. Now, this one is pretty interesting because what it does, it takes the Comfy Engine, right, and you play this monster card, which is Giratina V-Star. It has a Lost Impact, does 280, put 2 energies attached to your Pokemon in the Lost Zone, right? So, you have to put 2 energies in Lost Zone, blah, blah, who cares? Star Requiem, and you have 10 or more cards in Lost Zone, your opponent's active Pokemon is knocked out. So, against V-Decks V-Stars, Giratina is the man, the myth, the legend himself. He's got Star Requiem, Lost Impact, winning the games. You're good to go, right? And what's cool about this deck is after, like, let's say you're playing against a single price deck, well, you still have Cram, Sableye, Radiant Greninja to attack with the good old, Mirage Gate engine. So you can, go Cram, go Sableye, Mirage Gate, and be good to go. So I like this a combination of, like, let's play, the guy that's going to knock me out Vs, and then let's play the Lost Zone engine. And I think this would be the way I play Giratina, just because you have this, like, toolbox deck. You have this monster that's coming out, just swinging, just doing damage, taking knockouts for prize cards in one turn, blah, blah, that kind of good stuff. And then you have these single prize Pokemon that can do a ton of damage and set up Pokemon, set up knockouts, stuff like that. Like double Cram, like turn 1 Cram, you like spit for 110, next turn spitting again for 110 or whatever. The Sableye comes in there and starts, lost mining, and then you're just doing a bunch of stuff. You can spit twice, plus rating ninja. There's a lot of stuff happening here. The one thing I would play in this list that we don't see is maybe canceling perfume. Maybe. I like canceling perfume in this deck, but you have to find it, which is kind of hard. I get that. I do like the 4 VIP pass in this list because you are like coarse and comfy, and then you can just discard the other VIP pass, stuff like that. Not discard them, lost on them. So I would definitely start testing this deck too if I was going to Peoria. I'm obviously not going to Peoria, just go and let you know. I don't have time to test, nor do I want to drive that far. But yeah, this list is sick. I like this list a lot. We can look over here in PTCG stats. We can start looking at what came afterwards. So there's an Origin Form Palkia B-Star, it's dual string of names. There's a Lost Zone Toolbox deck, Waterbox, Regigigas, Giratina, Arceus Flying Pikachu, Giratina, Arceus Duraludon, Hisuian Zoroark. Can we see this? There's a Radiant Charizard in this deck. What? I'm down. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Let's go, man. Radiant Charizard, bro. I'm down. I'm so down. I'm down right now. Let's go play it. Let's go play this deck. This looks pretty cool. I like this a lot. Magnum basic get back fire energies, damage your Pokemon, Gengar, put damage on the field, damage fun, move stuff around, be able to draw, Eldegoss to find supporters, Crobat to draw 6. That is sick, dude. Can we see the notes? Oh, Facebook. Let's see what we can play. Palkia V-Star win, Lost Zone win, Arceus Counter Rocks win, Mew VMAX lost, Oh man. Arceus Giratina win, Goodra V-Star win, Zoroark V-Star win. My 2 losses against Crobat started second with Crobat V and struggled to play 2 turns. Visit Scoop. What are the odds I assume overhand and the same starting Pokemon versus my deck idea? My list, do not play Gape Drop Bog because I never need it, to be honest. Getting Gengar and discard pile is easy, and I just need to get a couple of damage pop, and the maximum damage cap is 280. Radiant Charizard is there to control my price trade. After my opponent takes 2 price cards in an ideal word, I can play the rest of the game with Radiant Charizard instead. My recover cards are Thornton, Ornirod, and Eldegoss V. For another Thornton to retrieve Radiant Charizard, I also decided Eldegoss V of a Lumineon as I would. Oh, that's Eldegoss Lumineon, so you have to get your discard pile. Okay, cool. So I want to go aggressive on certain turns, which means that would be also. I didn't play Choice Belt because while testing, it always is the wrong Pokemon or gets lost vacuum to tool scrapper away. I played Leon instead because it is a supporter which can easily discard it in a way and look back into Eldegoss V. I actually use a KO Flying VMAX in Game 3. Since I'm very aggressive my opening turns, my board started to use a 2 Zoroark or 1 Manaphy, 2 Gengar, 1 Beat if you want a Crobat with Thornton. I could turn that Crobat V into Manaphy, Radiant Charizard, even a Zoroark V, which could evolve into Zoroark V-Star. Okay. Victini is there to be a secondary fire Pokemon that I can use Magnet Base on for the damage counters. If I could start second with it, searching a deck for 2 cards, the Double Turbo Energy is also decent testing. I never really like Deontay because it doesn't really offer me much besides preventing my bitch Pokemon being boss. As long as active, Victini has a purpose early in late game, although I'm looking for a better secondary fire Pokemon if I'm being honest. The deck suits my playstyle, and I'm not really sure how I can prove the list from here. I never use Marnie unless it's the only draw support I have at the turn, so maybe that's replaceable. Probably the Victini too. The games that sort of Crobat, I wish I had in the Crobat V. Huh. Interesting. Seems really good. I would definitely test that deck too. There's a lot of stuff I haven't tested. I haven't played this own game, obviously, but that seems really cool. Giratina V-Star, Mew VMAX, Tilion, Giratina, Arceus, Hisort. Okay, let's look at this one. So Pokemon V is Zoroark, Gengar, Oranguru, pause research. So it's like super, just like drawing Empoleon. Let's go. Lost Box win, play, Palkia and Telion with pause, win. Radiant Charizard review ready. Cool. It is a best of 1. That's what you have to remember too. It's a best of 1. So take all these results with a grain of salt. Sork Lunar, Arceus Vic, Aggron, Mew VMAX, Arceus Zamazenta, okay. Cash himself. Cash the legend. 20 down 130. Pretty happy with my score. My target was 5 wins. There you go. So yeah, there we go. Gudra V-Star. That's how you say his name every time. But we did have another tournament. Now, there's not a lot to go to this other tournament. We don't have much information. But there was like 3,000 masters in this tournament. And where were we at? I think I lost it. Did I lose it? Here it is. Okay. Toin Lei, I think that's how you say this person's name. I apologize if I said it wrong. They do all the translations, and we have first and second place list. So let's go second place list first. It is the Comfy Engine with Charizard and that kind of fun stuff. Deck's really good. Escape rope to get around. This card is Serena, which is a card that's not out just yet. But discard 3 cards from your hand. You may discard at least 1, then draw to 5, or switch your opponent's bench Pokemon B with their active. It's kind of like a boss order, or you can discard draw, which is pretty neat. Pretty much like this is going to be played everywhere instead of boss order, I'm pretty sure. No, it's Pokemon V, so maybe not. It'd be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, just Comfy Engine with Charizard. Just Comfy Charizard. Like, what more can you say? Like, you can... This one doesn't play Mirage Gate, which is pretty interesting. But outside of that, that's pretty good. Cram for early turn, start setting pressure, see if I pick up, more knockouts, stuff like that. Deck seems really good. Really, really good. It doesn't have Mirage Gate, so you can't power up your Charizard out of nowhere. But that's okay. We'll figure it out. Let's not missing it. No, I don't see no Mirage Gate. But still, second place. Just like a single prize. Radiant Charizard. The interesting thing is no Hisui and Heavy Ball. So I guess they're really just relying on like just like Cram and Sableye to win games, I guess. Like, not even... Yeah, I mean, that's what it seems like. So, I mean, they did play 3-2, so, like, you're putting a lot of damage everywhere. So, like, I guess that's okay. So, there's a lot of stuff you have to test with this deck. Obviously, Joshua. But first place list is, last time earlier, the Giratina, like, Lost Zone deck. It did very well in Singapore, and obviously it won this tournament. It's got the Comfy Engine with Sableye and Cram. Remember, there was 3,000 masters. I think it was also like a best of 1 though, so take it however you want to. But Giratina just showing like, hey, I'm a monster. I'm coming here with Comfy. Put some cards in Lost Zone. Giratina's gonna come up and get your single price guys out, and we're gonna start taking names. So seems pretty good. Out of the two tournaments we had with Lost Origins, Giratina is up there. In the Lost Zone box, it's definitely gonna be here to stay. It did well here, and it did well, here. So, got first and second. I got first. Lost Zone box is the real deal. That's the thing. It is the real deal. So make sure you start texting Lost Zone box cards because I think it's good. I think people are just writing it off because they're like, oh, I'm playing Polion. In case someone's still wondering if Lost Zone archetypes were any good. They are busted. So yeah, start testing them out. You got next week to figure it out. Better go. Start watching my video. Go test. Guys, there we go. I'm excited. Yokohama. So, let's go. Guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you listen to the new. Start testing some Lost Zone box stuff. We'll have videos next week. Probably just covering all like major archetypes since there is a big regionals next weekend. I don't know what to expect. And I'll probably have my insight video probably like Wednesday or Thursday. Just depends. I'm busy this week with the music festival, so we'll see how many videos I got for next week is the problem. But guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. See you next week. Alrighty, bye.